Morning folks, I have just arrived at Wuhan train station, which is China's biggest inland railway station, and today we're heading business class to China's cyberpunk city. Let's check it out. Well, let's begin at looking at this incredible station. Look at this. Is this what comes to mind when you think Wuhan? Probably not. Wuhan, you've been good, but it's time to move on. We have the police here. But yes, it's time to leave Wuhan and head on to a new city in China. I think what we'll do, again, we're not early enough, but we'll probably try and check out quickly the business class lounge. So I've been given a number, I'm not sure what it's for. Let's see, my train is G3453, oh, that's worrying. This is very, very bizarre. I'm not exactly sure what to do. What are these rooms? Still don't know. G34. Right, we've just arrived in the business class lounge, and the selection is selection's pretty shit. Probably go out into the actual train station and see if we can find a bite to eat, because our train leaves in exactly half an hour. So we have 15 minutes to grab a bite, which is kind of difficult in these train stations because it's so big and you have to find out where to go. But G353 to find out where my gate is. Oh my god, look at the amount of people here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 escalators, 5 of them going up. Okay, G34, hold on. Where the fuck is my train? G3453. G3453, there we go, 8 AM, A13B12. A13B12. Look at the size of this train. This train station is actually a little smaller than the one I arrived in, the other one in Wuhan, and the one in Guangzhou, but it's still fucking massive. Look at this. Anyway, I should probably say that it's actually the holidays now in China, so that adds obviously to the amount of people walking about. 5-hour train, half an hour until it leaves, and we'll probably need to be there in about 15-20 minutes. You know what would be really good to have? A pair of rollerblades, so you can just glide up and down this train station, no bother. So, thank you. So I think what's happening now, I think this must be the business class access. This is how we get to the train. So I think to our left here, this is obviously the main concourse with all the platforms. I was going to say all the shops, but absolutely no shops or restaurants, and where everyone else is. And then we can actually get access a little bit earlier, which is pretty good. But I haven't eaten. And there's not even a vending machine here, so I'm hoping we get something to eat in the train. This is our train now getting access. So I think what this lady's going to do, she's going to show us which carriage we're on and which seat. So there's no issues. Because of how I booked my ticket through trip.com, you don't actually get a ticket issued with a seat number. You just get like a receipt. Okay. Oh, I will never get over the size of these trains. Like, I can't even see one end, let alone both. We have how many carriages? We're currently on carriage 8. There must be another, probably 10 that way, and then that way probably the same. And these trains, 350 kilometers per hour. They're just huge.
2 hours later.
Still walking. I would have never found this if it wasn't for her. Shit. Thank you. And here we go. Yeah. And here we go. Here is our seats for today. Slightly different than what we got a couple of days ago getting to Wuhan. A little bit more space. So here you've got 3 at the front, 2 at the back. Lots of space for luggage. Lots of space for kids to play around. Hopefully we'll have no kids on this trip. The last one was an absolute nightmare. In fact, hopefully we'll have nobody else join us. But anyway, this is it. We have our seat here, which I'm going to show you probably later once we get started. Tell me this, is this what comes to mind whenever you hear the words Chinese trains? Probably not. But let's just have a wee look around here before we get started. So obviously we have the door, we've got privacy glass here, we have obviously a button to open if you want to go use the toilet, if you want to go to the food cards, which we will probably have to go to because we have no food. And here you have a screen, not touch screen. We have Wi-Fi here as well. We have a little bit of information which I'll show you again as we get started. It'll show the speed, rapid. Yeah, pretty like, it's pretty good. So much space, only 5 people, and we've got our own little cards to ourselves. Wuhan, it's been great. I highly recommend anyone who's come to China for any length of time, you must come to Wuhan. Absolutely fantastic, great food, really, really friendly people, a lot of people, but I think that's because obviously it's the holidays. But now we must leave and we go to a brand new city. I think what we'll do, just as we're leaving Wuhan, we'll take this last opportunity to enjoy the skyline of this amazing city. Obviously these are all apartment blocks, so we're just a little bit out of the city centre, but again you can imagine, look, just as far as the eye can see, just apartment blocks by apartment blocks, and they're not like 20 stories or 30 stories, these are like 50 floors tall, which is incredible, and that just gives you an idea of how many people live in the city. And because we have the entire cards to ourselves, we have our own business class cards, we'll walk to the other side and we'll get a little look at this cityscape. Again, this in itself is a big city on one side, and here as we cross the Yangtze River you can really get an idea of the size. Right, so this city called Xiaogan has a look at it, like this is a city I've never heard of, but yet it has a population of almost 1 million. Like look at it, like look at this building, this futuristic, probably maybe a museum or a sports complex or something. And here you've got, I don't know whether that's a government building or office blocks. Let's have a look at the other side. Like what? Alright guys, so our food has arrived here, and this is what a meal looks like on China's most expensive train ticket. Take a look. So here obviously you've got the rice. Ain't no dish in China complete without some rice. You've got some broccoli. I think I have a feeling this is twice cooked pork or braised beef or something. On the right hand side, I'm not sure what that is. I think that's chilies in the middle. And again, very, very, very typical of a Chinese meal. And here on the right hand side we have, I'm not actually sure, I think this is some sort of soup, tomato egg soup. Never heard of that before. We've also got a Chinese coffee here to our right, which we'll be trying that. And yeah, now for the taste test. Let's get our cutlery. When I say cutlery, I mean spoon and chopsticks, and we'll give our tomato egg soup a little go first. Can't really taste the egg, there's not that much egg in it, but it tastes of not so much tomato soup, not the soup I'm used to like Heinz, but almost tastes like chopped tomatoes in a way, like really watered down chopped tomatoes. Now we're going to get stuck into this. I think, not entirely sure what that is, some sort of ham. I think we'll have that. Oh fuck. Easy on the chili, I think, next time. Now we'll have some, I think this is twice cooked pork. Yeah. Actually, I'm strange because I quite like airplane food, so it's no surprise to me that this is pretty good as well. I'll tell you exactly how much we paid later on. Not the best presentation. Obviously it keeps all the stuff separate and it's easy for them because they obviously stick in the microwave, but I don't know. Now we're going to try the Chinese coffee. I'm going to rate this separately because it's about a 4. This is about a 5. This, all in all, it's about a 6.8. Stop number 2, Suizhou, 2.5 million population. So let me show you the seats on China's fastest train. Let's check it out. first impressions, they're kind of like something from obviously business class on a plane. You've got this sort of curved back. Yeah, generally looks like something out of the future, I suppose. Plenty of space in and around it. I think if you wanted to put your luggage here, you can. It was ordered off trip.com, which is another, I think it's owned by a Chinese company. So you can actually select which seat number, but you can't select if you're going to go for an aisle or whether you're going to go for a window seat. First impressions of the seat, yep, looks nice and brown leathery, I suppose. You've got a pillow, a very solid pillow. First impressions of comfort, pretty good. Let's see if, does this go up? Yes, it does. So the headrest goes up and down. Does it come in? Yes, it does. So if you want to go for a sleep, but you actually want to stay, I think it actually goes down to the, I'm not sure if it goes down all flat, but you know, to keep your head in place if you're going to have a wee snooze. We have a little button here, which I believe, yep, puts that light on and off. Not sure it's doing much, obviously being the daylight. We have a window, a huge window, which is pretty much all for myself. You can see the amazing views of China. That's one thing that we're not really aware of when it comes to China. It might have these huge bustling cities, incredible history, but the nature and the rural areas are just absolutely incredible, and they go on for, you could be going on here for hours and hours and hours, especially at the speed, and see absolutely nothing but rice fields, trees, all that good stuff. We have some magazines, there's a newspaper, pamphlets. Oh, phrase follows. So this shows you what you get for business class. So in business class, you get the following in China: exclusive attendant service. So there's actually one attendant for this carriage of 5 people. Or something. 5 people. Food, we've already eaten. Business class exclusive cushion, blanket, earphones, earplugs and eye mask. We've got none of those, but I think you need to ask for it, otherwise you only get that on overnight service. Business class exclusive disposable slippers. They are comfy. By the way, let me show you these cord slippers in business class in China. What about that? I've been in many hotels, on many airplanes, in many trains, and some of them have given you slippers, some of them not. Some of them business class, some of them are normal as well. That is by far the best slipper I've ever had. So that's all the bits and pieces you get as part of a ticket. I have stayed in some shitholes, some really small rooms, and this beats quite a lot of them. But I think only one thing left to do now, and that is to go, let's see how far the seat goes back. There we are, and it's actually quite echoey in here. But this is good because I think what it does, it gives you that little bit more privacy sort of around your head. So there's not going to be anybody walking past apart from staff. But let me just stand up and have a look. Yeah, you got plenty of leg room. Let me just see, I am 6 foot, so let's see what we have. As far as my feet are concerned, we still have a couple of inches to play with. Obviously this is extended out just to make up for it, and yeah, I reckon I could sleep in this, no bother. In fact, I actually might have an hour. But there you go, there's a seat on China's fastest train. Good snooze. Right, let's get this bad boy up. I've been told by my personal butler that I think we're due somebody else at the next stop, so I think somebody's going to be joining us here. And yes, in fact, we are finally out of a tunnel. So look at this, we are currently in the mountains now of central China. The views are just incredible. I remember coming obviously from Guangzhou up to Wuhan, and the mountains just reminded me of Vietnam. Now this is quite similar, but almost on steroids, the size of these mountains. And quite something else. Certainly we're actually in the clouds as well. I think I don't know what the elevation is, but I would assume we're quite high. Alright guys, let me just show you the information screen here at the front. So this gives you all the information such as what carriage we're on. We're on 16. It'll show you the next station, which is Fengshui, and here we have the interior temperature, which I believe is about 25 degrees. Definitely a lot cooler than that. I'm not sure that's right. We've got the outside temperature, which is also 25, which has dropped dramatically since Wuhan, thankfully, but I think will creep up again. And we have the speed, which has actually gone down to 263 kilometers per hour. It actually can go up to about 350, which is the same as a Formula One car. No running or romping about in the train or in the coach. That's a bit of a shame. That's a bit of a shame, because that was next on the list of things to do in China's most expensive train. Look at this example in the middle of nowhere in China. Look at the infrastructure. There are so many tunnels in China, it's unbelievable. Let me show you what a toilet looks like on China's fastest train. Here we go. Give that a little bit of a look, and we're here. First impressions, smell, not too bad. Obviously the train's been on the go for about 4 hours, so it's actually pretty clean considering. Nice and cold, we've got aircon here coming up. Not bad. It's all actually very nice, I have to say. It's pretty impressive how nice some of this stuff is. You know, this is not your normal sort of soap and stuff you would get in any other train toilet. What else do we have? We have lights with a big mirror. I suppose that is what you come to expect now with trains in China. Trains in China have just blown my mind. Can't beat the one-handed wash. Pretty good for any train in any class, I suppose. I think here as well we've got some coffee, some tea, got an area where we can sit. We got some hot water. I think some hot water. And outside we have the little view as we make our way. You can actually feel the heat being this close to the door. So we have about 30 minutes before we get to Chongqing. The first thing we need to do is actually book a hotel. I think we need to do that now. Then we'll go check in, have a wee look around the hotel, get a bite to eat. Chongqing is known for its various spices and hot pots and that, so we'll get a taste of the food, and then we'll get first impressions of the city itself, because apparently Chongqing is like no other city in China. It's nicknamed the 8D city, so we're looking forward to it. Welcome to Chongqing. 谢谢. Bye bye, thank you very much, thank you. Tell you what, there's going to be one thing I will miss about China, well lots of things actually, and one of them are these incredibly fast trains. 350 kilometers per hour, as fast as a Formula One car. And that's how we travelled 1,000 kilometers within about 5 hours. Train stations in China, I don't think I'll ever get over it. And to be honest, I thought they were going to be all generally the same, but they all kind of have their own unique style and design. This is more like a big long corridor, but I think it's more because these are all where the gates are. Somebody's shouting. There, here we go. Let's have a look at what $60 a night gets you in China's cyberpunk city of Chongqing. 你好，你好.
Your left turn
Perfect.
straight and then turn right.
So 2814?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. 谢谢. Thank you. Bye bye. Floor 28, so I think we're hopefully going to have a good view. There we go. Alright guys, we have checked into our hotel in Chongqing, so let me show you what $60 a night gets you in this part of China. Here we go. Straight into, this is pretty impressive, I have to say. This is pretty posh actually, probably a little bit too posh for me. We've got a little traditional bath. We have a lovely mirror with a big circular mirror in the middle. We have a nice sink, nice bits and pieces down here. What else do we have? We have another one of them condoms, comb probably, toothbrush, hairdryer. Again, hairdryer not in a drawer, which is perfect. Huge shower, all your condiments, and a drench head. Again, pretty good. We have a huge bath. Kind of looks like we have a huge toilet. Kind of looks like a disabled toilet. I never use the wardrobe. Not sure why there's ever one here. Oh God, probably will need that at some stage. For the safety and hygiene, please use slippers only in your room. Not as comfortable as the ones in the train, but still pretty good. Oh, never seen this in a hotel room either. That's pretty good. We have a bed, a good sized bed. This is, holy shit. Holy shit. This is massive. Oh, yep, that's very comfortable. We're here for 3 nights, which is good. Always good to get a decent bed and a decent room if you're staying for any length of time. And a place that looks as if I'm coming into somebody's very important office. Not bad, not bad. Tell you what, lots of space. $60 a night for this place. We have a window, leads into the bath. Again, another important function in hotel rooms in China. Aircon, not bad. We're right in the city centre. So let me show you the cityscape of Chongqing. And this is, kind of sums this city up. Actually, I will show you when we come back to the hotel as well, just to show you a comparison. Because apparently the whole city just lights up. Have a look. Welcome to Chongqing. I'll take it! Right, we're gonna go out, get a bite to eat, have a walk around, check out the city, see what we can find, see what all the fuss is about for Chongqing. Let's go. The architecture might change, the food might change, the prices might change. The one thing that doesn't change with China is the amount of people. Wow, we are on the pedestrian street, the main shopping district in Chongqing, and this is the first time I've actually been in China, besides obviously Shanghai, where I felt that it's a proper like city, like it's a proper commercial hub, you know, where you got offices and hotels. It's hot, it's 5:15, and it's very, very hot. And look at the Apple Store. Jesus Christ. I've seen Apple stores below squares before, but I've never seen an entrance like that. One of only very, very few American companies which are allowed to trade in China. There also seems to be a lot of money here. You can see the different types of shops. You've got Rolex behind there. We've got just over my right hand shoulder, you've got likes of Gucci. Over here on the left, you've got Prada. You've got, what else do you have? I think Celine over there. And again, this, I don't know whether a lot of people live here that has a lot of money, or this is a place where people come on holiday just to splash the cash. I don't really know. Here we've got Moncler. Look at the size of this Moncler shop. I think we have found our restaurant. But first things first, I need to do the translation. Can you order me a popular dish? Sorted.
欢迎你，那就是晚餐。能告诉我什么是欢迎呢？就是那个晚餐。看你喝什么嘛？你想喝什么嘛？有了。
Oh. Alrighty then, that's us, we're started. Not sure what this is. What does it? No, it's all. Oh, obviously it's coconut, 420 milliliters. That is about as much information as I'm getting off this bottle. Oh wow, it's here already. We have our, let me get our chopsticks. One of the best things about Asia, I love eating chopsticks, right? So we have, obviously I can't ask, but I'm assuming these are beans, some sort of beans. The first time we've had beans since being in China. We have some meat. Again, we don't normally have a lot of meat in China, but maybe that's the thing about Chongqing, they do like their meat. And then of course, as is the way with China, we have our incredible noodles. Noodles in China are next level. I cannot wait for this. Right, let's try and get a little bit of noodle. Look at the size. Look at the size of them. The noodles in China. I have to buy some of these and take them home with me. The nose in China, they're like, hold on, so soft, but yet they have this like, this little tiny bit of a bite in the inside. That is unreal. That is great. Meow. How are you? Yes, all good. All good. Yep. Very nice. Halcha. Halcha. Very good. Thank you. This looks rather appetizing. Let's have a look at what we have here. Is avocado all right? Yeah. Okay, let's go. Yeah. Sure. 谢谢. Well, here we go. We have there's actually a fucking bit of avocado in the middle of it. We have our avocado drink, not my usual dessert, but take a look. In fact, take a look at these buildings. Let's try it. Avocado shake in Chongqing. $2.50. Well, I need to try that again. I actually really like that. I'm not convinced I've tasted it right.